En la garganta del río Olduvai se han producido algunos de los
Olduvai Gorge has produced some of the most important discoveries in the history of human evolution. These discoveries have been closely linked to the saga of the Leakey family, who, since the 1930s, have worked tirelessly until the 1980s at Olduvai Gorge, producing some of the most important discoveries in human evolution.
En la tarde del 17 de julio de 1959,
On July 17, 1959, Mary Leakey found, just on this slope, the remains of one of the most complete fossils of Paranthropus boisei ever found in East Africa. In this particular case, Mary Leakey found not only the remains of these hominids, but also thousands of fossils that indicated that this hill contained a great archaeological site. The excavation lasted almost a year, and she opened more than 300 square meters, the biggest window to our past. This is the largest excavation for these chronologies throughout the African continent. Here, the fossils and the stone tools discovered allowed archaeologists to open a unique window to the behavior of the first human beings.
This year, we have been able to discover 2 new sites, and this is a real big contribution that previously, and many researchers have been working at the same sites that Mary Leakey worked, but this year we found a site a little bit south of the Zinj site, along the side gorge, whereby we have found the Zinj level, and it contains stone tools and also fossilized bones.
David. Congratulations.
How did we become humans? When did we begin to become aware of our existence? How did this process relate to brain evolution and the use of tools? Was meat eating a fundamental element of this process? Olduvai Gorge preserves, like no other place in the world, a series of sites that allows archaeologists to approach these questions. It is only here that we can clearly see how a series of bipedal primates, resembling other primates in behavior, became these exceptional creatures that we know today as humans. Between 2.5 and 2 million years ago, a species of hominin started developing its brain, and as a result, complex tool use appeared. These early stone tools were accumulated in specific locations in the African savannas. These special places were rudimentary versions of home bases where hominins brought food and consumed it. These tools were used, among other purposes, to butcher animals. Meat fueled the brain development behind this increase in complexity. More than 30 years of research has uncovered evidence that most of the animals that these hominins consume in these locations were hunted and not scavenged. We now know that as many as 3 different species of hominins lived in the oldest sediments of Olduvai Gorge: Homo habilis, Paranthropus, and a third bigger and more modern species resembling Homo erectus. Almost every year, remains of these hominins are found by archaeologists and paleoanthropologists.
So what we're trying to do here is re-excavate in the area to see if there's any additional evidence for that sort of behavior, and whether or not early hominins were eating a lot of meat. So looking at the bones themselves, we can look for cut marks on the bones and also percussion marks to see if hominins were using stone tools to break open bones to access marrow. This is a very important question in paleoanthropology, is how important were large mammals to the diet of these early hominins. And it looks like the excavations at DK here can contribute to answering that particular question.
Once these hominids start eating meat, soon they develop a taste for it, eating animals from the size of a gazelle to the size of an elephant. Around 1.5 to 1.3 million years ago, several sites at Olduvai show how these humans developed complex stone tools and butcher animals as big as giraffes, buffaloes, hippos, and even elephants. The recent discovery of new sites and their optimal preservation is enabling archaeologists to reconstruct the behavior of these early hominins. Olduvai Gorge is today, more than ever before, the most important place on Earth to find how we became who we are today.